Hi, my name is Ranjan Majumder. In this tutorial, I will explain the differences between Cite and EM and also explain some important elements of HTML. These elements are OPT group and output. Before understanding the functionality of OPT group, you have to understand the functionality of select. Here I am writing select. So you can see select element basically a non-empty element. To show the content of a select tag, we have to use option element. Option element is basically used to show the content or show the item. Here I am using gender, female, option, transgender. I am saving it, refreshing the web page. You can see the drop down. There are three items in this drop down: male, female, and transgender. A user can select any item from this drop down. A HTML user or a front-end developer can convert a drop down to a list box. How can I convert? I can convert the drop down or the select element into list box using an attribute. That attribute is size. Here, total number of items 3. I am using 3. I am saving it, refreshing the web page. You can see the drop down box has been converted into list box. If I use 2 as value of size, you can see the size of the drop down has been reduced, and now the size of the drop down is 2. So to convert a drop down into list box, we use size attribute. In case of list box, 2 arrow buttons are present, but 1 in drop down. Now the next element is Optgroup. So to explain the Optgroup, we have to use select. I am again using select element. Within select element, I am using Optgroup. So what is the function of Optgroup? Optgroup basically group the option. Here an HTML user or front-end developer should use label attribute in Optgroup. I am using laptop. Now I am using option element, writing laptop's name, Lenovo Bio, option HP. I am again using an Optgroup. Optgroup basically used to group the options. Here we need to use label. I am using car as value for label attribute. Maruti, option. Here I am using car company, Tata, Suzuki. I am saving it, refreshing the web page. Then you can see Lenovo. You can see laptop as the label. The first Optgroup label is laptop. So these are the items of this Optgroup. And car company is the second Optgroup label is car company. So these are the items of car company. So if you click on Maruti, then Maruti will be selected. Maruti is the option of Optgroup car company. Lenovo is the item of Optgroup laptop. So this is the functionality of Optgroup. So to describe the functionality of Optgroup, we have to use select element. Now I am telling the difference between Cite, I and EM. In all cases, the output is very similar to each other, but there are some differences in their use. At first, I am using the italic element. I am writing my name. So what is the function of italic element? I element is used to convert a text into the italic format. If I save it and refresh the web page, you can see the text has been converted into italic format. Now the next tag is EM tag. EM tag is spelled with an emphasis. Assume the statement, we cannot survive. We cannot survive. By listening the statement, no one can understand where should I use EM element. But if I say like this, I cannot survive without you. I love you. Look at the pronunciation once again. I cannot survive without you. I love you. That means the speaker in front of you is speaking with an emphasis or with power. So, cannot or love have to be kept within EM. I am writing, I love you. I am enclosing love within EM. I am saving it, refreshing the web page. You can see love is in italic format, whereas Ranjan Majumder was italic format. Both are looking similar, but the objective or the function is different. The objective and the function of I tag and EM tag are not similar. So if a user or a speaker pronounce a word with an emphasis or with power, then that word should be kept within EM element. Now the next tag is Cite tag. Cite tag is basically used for giving title of a creative work. Suppose I am importing a picture, image source, okay, this is the picture of Mona Lisa. You can understand this is an example of creative work. In that case, we will use Cite tag to giving the title. I am using Cite Mona Lisa. I am saving it and refreshing the web page. You can see the word is very similar to Ranjan Majumder. Then how can you understand that which tag is used with Ranjan Majumder? How can you understand which tag is used with Mona Lisa? Is it I tag or is it Cite tag? Then you must understand that Mona Lisa is a creative work. So to giving the title of a creative work, we use Cite tag. In all cases, outputs are very similar to each other, but functions are different. Their usage are different. So I tag is basically used to convert a text into italic format, whereas if a speaker pronounces a word with an emphasis or power, then EM tag is used. To give the title of a creative work, we use Cite tag. Now I am going to explain the function of output element. Output is an element which displays the result of some calculation. It is used in HTML5. I am writing output. It is a non-empty element. Within output, I am writing 5. I am saving it and refresh it. You can see the output. You can see the result of output or the output of output element. Actually, the font size is different. How can you identify the font size is different? Again, I am writing some text here. Output is 5. I am saving it, refreshing it. Actually, the font pattern of output is totally different with the font pattern of 5. So output element is basically used to show the result. I am trying to explain it with another example. At first I am erasing this content. Use exclamatory sign. It will open a doc type HTML template. Within body, I am using form element. I am writing an input tag. In my previous video, I have explained how can you differentiate between a tag and an element. So here I am using number as value of type attribute. Input tag does not have any closing tag. That is the reason it is called tag. It is not an element. Input tag basically used with form element. Suppose I am using another input tag and I am taking type as submit. Without using form element, this submit button will not work. That is the reason it is advisable to all front-end developer or HTML developer to use form element whenever you are using input tag. Here I am not using submit. I will take two number input. I am taking another input type number and name equals to B. I am using an event. The name of this event is onInput. What is the function of onInput? OnInput will be executed on every change of input. Here I am using res.value. It's better before writing the code of onInput event. I am taking an output element, output name equals to result, and it is automatically closed. Result.value equals to %. What is the function of %? % basically convert a string to number. A.value plus % B.value. Here you can see A is the name of the first input now type number and B is the name of the second input type number. So using B.value, I am fetching the value of B input type number, and A.value, using A.value, I am fetching the value of value from name A. You can see there are two arrows. Using up arrow, we can increment the value. We can increment the value by 1, and using down arrow, we can decrement the value by 1. If I write 4 here, and you can see the blank value. Blank value means blank value, it is by default it is text. By default it is blank. It is a blank string. So the summation of these two, we all know that summation of a number and a string, blank string, will give none as output. None means not a number. If I write here 6, you can see 4 plus 6 equals 10. On every input change, it will give the output. On every input change, the output will be changed. That is the reason on input event using. So the function of on input event is to show the output on every input change. If I clear the text box, then by default it is blank string. So we all know the summation of a number and blank string will give a output. That output is not a number. Now I am showing another important attribute of input type number. Suppose I am writing min. Min means minimum value. Minimum value is 0 and maximum is 100. Value equals to 0. I'm saving it. You can see the by default value is 0. I can, by clicking on the up arrow, a user can increment the value by 1. But you can see by clicking on the down arrow, it is decremented by 1, but it is stuck at 0 because I have written the minimum is 0. So it cannot go to negative value. It will not go to negative value. If you delete minimum attribute, that's mean mean attribute, if I refresh it, you can see, if I click on downward, you can see by clicking the down arrow, it is decremented by -1, it is showing negative value. So that is the function. These are the basic attributes of input type number. So to avoid the negative value, we can use min attribute. Min equals to 0. And so if I write here 99 and 204, it will give the summation of these two numbers and it will show in output section. You can see the font pattern is different. You can see the font pattern of this number is not similar with the font pattern of output is. So the basic functionality of output element is to show the result in web page. If you like this video, please press the like button. If you have any query regarding this video, please leave a comment. If you have not subscribed my channel till now, please subscribe my channel and send the video to your friends. Thank you.